Good afternoon and welcome to Green Lake, where the Tigers take on the Princeton Green Lake Tiger Sharks this afternoon. This is Bruce Lenk alongside our executive producer Jason Motter, bringing you today's girls softball action live on Ripon Sports YouTube. The Ripon Lady Tigers played Kettle Moraine Lutheran last Saturday morning and came away with an 8-6 8-inning victory to finish the East Central Conference season with a 5-9 conference record. For the Tiger Sharks, they last played last week Thursday against Oakfield and lost to the Oaks 15-0 to finish their Trailways North Conference season with a 7-4 record and a 13-4 overall record. Ripon is coached by Mike Makarevich. Green Lake Princeton is coached by Lance Schultz and Jeff Bartle. Weather conditions here this afternoon. Beautiful day, rather warm. Game time is around 88 degrees with the weather report that I looked up said about a 9-mile-an-hour wind, but that must be about 100 feet above us because it's very, very little moving air down here by us. And they say it's coming out of the south and it's partly sunny. So getting ready to get things started. First batter up for Ripon. Number 7. The pitcher tonight for the Tigers, Emily Kozibuski. Cassidy Motter will be on deck. Pitching for the Tiger Sharks is Lila Bartle. First pitch to Kozibuski is a ball. Second pitch comes in as a ball as well. So 2 balls, no strikes to Kozibuski. Kozibuski, the leadoff batter here this afternoon for the Tigers. Top of the first inning as we're just getting started here this afternoon. Next pitch to Kozibuski. Comes in for a strike right down the middle. 2 balls, 1 strike to Emily Kozibuski. Tigers coming off a real good game against Kettle Moraine Lutheran on Saturday and a good game as well against Lords. That's going to be fouled away for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kozibuski now. But both Ripon games, Friday and Saturday, both real good games for the Tigers to get under their belt. Next pitch is called strike 3 to Kozibuski for the first out of the inning. Going to bring up Cassidy Motter, third baseman for Ripon. On deck will be Abby Radloff. Cassidy steps into the box and waits for the pitch from Bartle. And first pitch is a ball. Low and inside. It's got to be a little bit difficult for the pitcher to see. They're looking right into the sun. We are fortunate enough to have our back to the sun, but we also put up a tent here for some shade. Otherwise, rather warm in a direct sunlight this afternoon. As Motter now with a 2-ball, no strike count to her. As Bartle will wind it up for the next pitch. And that one comes in there, brushes the inside edge for strike 1. Got a umpire crew that we haven't seen for Ripon at anyway this year. And a swing and a miss for strike 2 by Motter. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cassidy. 1 out, nobody on. Cassidy, the second batter for the Tigers here in the top of the first inning. And that one's going to be a ball. It hit her, and so she's going to get on base. That's the 10th time she's been hit by a pitch this year. Most of any Ripon batter. So Cassidy Motter gets on a hit by the pitcher. Brings up Abby Radloff. Avery Makarevich will be on deck. Motter right down the middle for strike 1. Excuse me, I think I said Motter. I meant Radloff. Motter's at first. And fouls that one back for strike 2 rather. No balls, 2 strikes to Abby. As Motter gets ready to take off from first. And a swing and a miss is going to be out number 2 for the Tigers. So 3 strikes in a row for Radloff. Puts her down and brings up Avery Makarevich. Makarevich with a real big day Friday and Saturday for the Tigers in both of their wins. Right down the middle for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to Makarevich. 2 outs, runner at first. And slows that one down a little bit. She hits it, and it's going to be an error by the shortstop. Puts Cassidy Motter on second, Makarevich on first. And that'll bring up Lexi Miller. So Miller steps up, waits for the pitch, and a big swing and a miss for Lexi Miller. No balls, 1 strike to Miller. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning for the Tigers. And she connects with that one. It's going to go foul down the third base line, out of bounds. So no balls, 2 strikes to Lexi Miller. High pitch, and she swings at it, and that's going to be out number 3. So Ripon gets no hits, no strikes, or no hits, no runs. I must be half asleep, people. My apologies. That's why I have Jason. It's hot. Okay. It's hot. That's why Jason's here, keeping in order, and then I got Christine on the other side of me to hit me upside the head when I need it, so we're good to go. So at the end of 1/2 inning of play, it's Ripon 0, Princeton Green Lake 0. And we're ready to get the bottom of the first inning started. Green Lake Princeton coming up to the plate. First batter will be Jenna Kelma. Jenna plays shortstop for the Tiger Sharks. On deck will be the pitcher, Layla Bartle. And first pitch from Kajabuski will be a ball. Green Lake bench makes lots of racket. You can probably hear them over me. And next pitch is a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Kelma. She'll step in and wait for the next pitch from Kajabuski. Another ball. 3 balls in a row to Jenna Kelma. And And next one's in there for a strike. Right down the middle. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jenna Kelma. And next pitch is a strike as well. So full count now to Jenna Kelma. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that one, she'll pop that one up, and coming in to get it will be Cassidy Motter for out number 1 in foul territory and right in front of the Green Lake bench. So good job by Cassidy Motter to get over and get that foul ball for out number 1. Brings up the pitcher for Green Lake Princeton, Layla Bartle. Emerald Conkle on deck, and she's going to pop that up. The catcher, Mavrikarievich, will grab that one for out number 2. So 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning for the Tiger Sharks. Brings up Emerald Conkle. Kelsey Morgan on deck. Conkle plays catcher for the Tiger Sharks. That's going to be just outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Emerald Conkle. Right down the middle, she'll hit that one foul right out of bounds down the third base side. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike to Conkle. Emerald had that's a foul ball for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. She had a career, I don't remember exactly what it was, in volleyball over in Ripon when Ripon played them. I think it was like a 1,000th assist is what it was that she had. So if she fouls it away again, count will hold at 1 ball, 2 strikes to Conkle. And this one, a ball gets loose from Kajabuski, way high and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Conkle. 2 outs, nobody on for the Tiger Sharks. Next pitch, she hits that right to Allie Bumby for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Tiger Sharks. Retires the side, and at the end of 1 complete inning of play, Ripon 0, Princeton Green Lake 0. Here in Green Lake this afternoon, we got a 0-0 score as we start the top of the second inning. Allie Bumby, who just made that last out for the Tigers. First batter up, first pitch to Bumby is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes to Bumby. Bumby plays second base for the Tigers. Next one pitched to her is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Allie Bumby. She waits for the next pitch from Bartle and hits that one deep to left center field, and that's going to be pulled in for out number 1. Nice high. She was aiming for the fence. She got a home run down at Kettle Moraine Lutheran this last Saturday. First home run of her career. Pretty happy about that, and had a real happy mama too. Erica Mills up. She hits it down the third base line. Foul for strike 1. Mills playing first base for the Tigers. Eva Baker on deck for Ripon, as Mills will step back up to the plate with no balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is high, gets away from Bartle. 1 ball, 1 strike to Erica Mills. And another high pitch from Bartle makes it 2 balls, 1 strike now to Erica Mills. 1 out. Nobody on for the Tigers. That's going to be in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Erica Mills. Top of the second inning, and that's going to be high and outside for ball 3. So that'll make it a full count with 3 balls, 2 strikes to Erica Mills. With 1 out, and that's going to put her on base on a base on balls. Eva Baker, left fielder for the Tigers, will step up to the plate now. Layla Simonis on deck. Baker, left fielder for the Tigers, as Erica Mills jumps off base and tries to get the catcher to throw down to first base, but she didn't bite on that. 1 out here for Ripon, and we've got a foul ball. Foul ball by Baker, as that will make it a 1-1 count, I believe it is. And it gets past the shortstop, Kelma. And that's going to put Mills on second and Baker on first. Baker with a base hit, as Layla Simonis will step up to the plate to bat. On deck will be the top of the lineup for Ripon, Emily Kozhubusky. So, Simonis. So, last batter in the lineup for Ripon, and she hits this one. That's going to go foul out of play. So, foul for a strike to Simonis. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out, runners at first and second for the Tigers, with Layla Simonis at the plate with 1 strike. So Layla steps up to the plate, waits for the pitch from Bartle. And that's high, but she tips that one back for a foul. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out to Layla Simonis. Simonis, the designated person today for Ripon. She fouls that one back. So she keeps extending her time at bat on foul balls. No balls, 2 strikes to Layla. And that one was in there, and she hit that one out to left field, and left fielder going to grab that one for out number 2. It was a nicely hit ball, I will give her that. So 2 outs now for the Tigers. Runners at first and second brings up Emily Kajabuski with runners at first and second. Kajabuski, the top of the lineup for the Tigers, and she'll bunt foul the first pitch for strike one. Ripon had 4 batters come to the plate in the first inning. Here in the second inning, Kajabuski makes it the 5th batter. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Now a ball, 1 strike to Kajabuski. Runners at first and second for the Tigers with 2 outs. Kajabuski at the plate, right down the middle for strike 2. And Mills leads off. Catcher Conkle will walk her back. And the next pitch to Kajabuski is a ball as it's low, and that's going to advance the Ripon players on the pass ball to second and third. So Ripon with 2 runners in scoring position. Base hit by Kajabuski could put Ripon on the board. And that's going to be low, and that's going to bring Erica Mills to the plate, and she'll get across for the run, first run of the game. And Ripon will lead it here 1-0 in the top of the second inning with Eva Baker on third, Kajabuski at the plate for the Tigers. And that's going to be a hit to second. She can't pull it in. Run's going to score. Kajabuski will be safe at second or first. So 2 runs across now for the Tigers, with Emily Kajabuski at first, and the batter up is Cassidy Motter. First pitch is a ball. Kajabuski's getting sent down to second. She'll be safe. They throw the ball down to try to get her, but not in time, as Kajabuski got a good lead. So Motter steps back up to the plate for the next pitch. And that's down the middle, and she'll foul it back. Motter with a 1-1 strike count. As Cassidy will step back up to the plate and wait for the pitch again. That's going to be low for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cassidy Motter. Runner at second for the Tigers with 2 outs. 2 runs have come across. Waits for the next pitch. She hits that one, goes foul right into the front of the fence of the Green Lake dugout. Foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Cassidy. Cassidy waits for the next pitch, and that's going to be a ball. Full count now to Cassidy Motter. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runner at second. That's Kajabuski. As Motter gets a pitch right to her, she'll going to have that one drop foul behind the third base. So the count will hold at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Cassidy Motter. With 2 outs, runner at second. 2 runs have come across to score for Ripon here in the top of the second, as Ripon leads 2-0. And this one, a high pop-up going out to left field, and it goes off the webbing, and that's going to bring Motter all the way around. She's going to come for home, and she'll get in with a stand-up score. And I think we got to give an error to the left fielder on that. Unfortunately for Cassidy, otherwise that was a great hit. So Ripon 4-0 here in the top of the second inning as Abby Radloff at the plate hits the first pitch foul. Nice high hit, awful close to going over the fence, but she didn't quite get it there. Actually, I'm not sure. If it hadn't hit the webbing of the player, that might have just made its way over. And a strike. A strike to the batter, Radloff, and now he called a strike. He said she went around, and that's going to be strike 3. So at the end, 1 1/2 innings of play. Ripon leads it here, 4. Princeton Green Lake, 0. Welcome back here to Green Lake. Princeton Green Lake Tiger Sharks and Ripon Tigers here this afternoon as Ripon takes the lead in the top of the second inning, and the first batter up for the Tiger Sharks in the bottom of the second inning, center fielder Kelsey Morgan, and she'll hit a high foul pop-up. Just clears the fence behind the backdrop for strike 1. Must be this still air here. The balls are popping up high today. As we got a little delay here as the umpire trying to get himself put back together. He's all ready, so we're ready to start again as no balls, no strikes. Now it's going to be no balls, 2 strikes. I said that wrong. It should have been no balls, 1 strike. Now it's no balls, 2 strikes. And hits it right back and picked up by the shortstop. Radloff throws it over to first. 4 out, number 1. Good job by Ripon as the ball went right past Kozubowski. And Radloff picked it up and fired it over to first for the first out of the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring up Cassie Toth, first baseman for the Tigers. First pitch to Cassie is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. And she hits this one right back toward Kozubowski, and that's going to be a base hit as the ball will go out into center field. So a base hit to get things started for the Tiger Sharks here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up Lexi Toth. She steps up and waits for the pitch. She'll foul that one back for a strike 1. Lexi Toth, a senior this year. Cassie Toth, a junior this year. And ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lexi Toth. Toth, the left fielder for the Tiger Sharks. And this one, she'll hit this over to third. They'll throw it over to second. And the runner going to end up coming in for a run, and the batter ends up at second base. So a few errors there is going to bring a run in and put a runner at second. So 1 out, runner in, and a runner at second for the Tiger Sharks. First pitch to Riley Harmson, the third baseman, is a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Harmson, runner at second. And Makarevich throws it down to second to Bumby, trying to get the out at second, but the runner gets back, Toth, and a swing and a miss. Nice stop by Makarevich. That's going to be strike 2 to Harmson. And strike 3 called, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. As Harmson watches it sail by, it's going to bring up Julia Frank. Frank fouls it away for strike 1. 2 outs. Runner at second. That's going to be Lexi Toth. And a swing and a miss for strike 2. So a low pitch for a strike, or a ball rather. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Harmson. And this one's going to be high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Harmson.
Take a breath, Emily, you got this.
As Harmson steps in, waits for the pitch outside for ball 3. That makes the count full with 3 balls, 2 strikes. The offering from Kajabuski as Harmson steps back into the box to wait for the pitch, and that's in there. Good pitch. She'll foul that one back. Count will hold at 3-2 for Harmson. So Kajabuski with the pitch right down the middle. A swing and a miss is going to make the 3rd out. But Princeton Green Lake gets 1 run across on 1 hit and 2 errors. That'll make the score at the end of 2 innings of play. Ripon 4, Green Lake 2-1. Green Lake at the softball field. First batter up for Ripon, Avery Makarevich, the catcher for the Tigers. She steps up to the plate and waits for the pitch, and right down there she's going to pop it up. That'll be pulled in by the 3rd baseman for out number 1. And that'll bring up Lexi Miller. Miller struck out in the 1st inning. Top of the 3rd inning. Ripon with 1 out. They lead 4-1 here as Bartle with a pitch right down the middle for strike 1 to Miller. One out, nobody on. Miller just the second batter up in this inning for Ripon. She'll hit that one over to second base. And then it's thrown over to first, and the first baseman can't hold on to it. She plows over the first baseman, then gets up and runs over to second. As the second base or first baseman was trying to pull that ball in, she leaned back and Miller plowed her over. They both ended up on the ground. So that's going to bring up Allie Bumby with Lexi Miller on second. And Bumby will foul that one back. It's going to be strike one to Allie Bumby. No balls, one strike, one out. Runner at second. And pitch is high for ball one. One ball, one strike. Bumby steps back up to the plate. And she'll hit this one down the first base line. And that's going to drop fair for a base hit. Miller goes over to third. She rounds it, comes home. And now she's going to come across to score for the Tigers. So good heads-up running by Lexi Miller. Puts Bumby at first on the base hit. Makes the score 5-1. And Erica Mills stepping up to the plate with one out. One run has come across here in the top of the third inning. Runner at first for the Tigers. Tigers lead it here 5-1. Erica Mills. She bunts this one. Nice bunt, puts it down to third base line. Third baseman can't handle it. And she's going to get on base. That's going to put runners at first and second. And the coach for Princeton, Green Lake, wants a timeout. Sounds as if he's going to maybe make a pitching change. Or is he just I guess he's just bringing in all of his players, including the outfield. Trying to get his team settled down. They're getting a little bit rattled out there with what Ripon's doing, so. Base hit bunt by Mills, puts her on base, advances Allison Bumby over to second. So one out, runners at first and second with Eva Baker coming up to bat. Baker had a base hit in the second inning rather. Layla Simonis is on deck for the Tigers, and a big swing and a miss by Baker for strike one. Ripon leads here 5-1 in the top of the third inning as they put another run across here in the top of the third inning. A ball, 1-1 count to Baker. One ball, one strike. Next one's a ball as well. 2 balls, 1 strike to Eva Baker. Princeton Green Lake getting beat last Thursday by the, I heard at one time that one of the teams ranked in the state, I believe they said number 3, Oakfield, as Baker with a swing and a miss. And that's going to, I believe that's going to be a full count to Baker now. Yeah, she waits for the next pitch. That's going to be a ball, and she'll get a base on balls, puts runners on all bags, loads them up with Layla Simonis coming to the plate. One out, runners at first, second, and third. Baker at first, Mills at second, Bumby at third, as Layla hits one foul for strike one. Hits that one back into the backdrop. 1 strike, no balls to Layla. She waits for the pitch, and that's in there. She hits that one out to left field and going to catch it, and Bumby going to tag up and come in, and she's across for the score.
Nice shot, Layla. Good tag, Al.
That's going to advance runners over to second and third. Puts Bumby across to put another run up for Ripon, making it 6-1. With Mills going to third and Baker goes to second. That brings up the top of the lineup once again. Emily Kujabuski here in the third inning. Tried to throw Bumby out at the home plate, but couldn't get it there in time. As Kujabuski steps up to the plate once again, and she's going to have a strike called. And fouls this one. So no balls, 2 strikes to Kujabuski. Two outs, runners at second and third with Kujabuski at bat. Swing and a miss on a high pitch for out number 3. Bottom of the third inning. Didn't get a chance to mention the score. And the score. Ripon leading here 6-1 as we start the bottom of the third inning. First batter up for Green Lake Princeton will be Gracie Bartle. She's the last batter in the order. We want to also mention that we've had to bring a generator out here today for today's broadcast. First pitch to Bartle is a strike. And the second one is a strike as well. And anyway, we want to mention that there's not any convenient power source here, so we had to bring a generator out. And we want to thank Mr. Bob Zaki for loaning that to us today and giving us the opportunity to be able to bring you this game today. So thank you to Bob, as Bartle now with 1 ball, 2 strike count. And she'll foul that one. Hold the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. First batter up, Gracie Bartle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And she watches the next one go by for strike 3 and the first out of the bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring us to the top of the lineup for Green Lake Princeton, and that's Jenna Kelma. Jenna flew out to third base in the first inning. And first pitch is a ball to Jenna. Next pitch, hits that one out to left field, going to go right out to Eva Baker for the second out. Line drive shot. Baker takes a couple steps in, garners that ball for the second out of the inning. As that will bring up Lila Bartle. Lila flew out to the catcher on a little pop-up. Catcher ran up and pulled that in. First pitch to Bartle is a ball. Next one's a strike, big swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. And next pitch is in there. She tagged that one, and it's going to roll, and they're going to throw her out at first. Nice job by Avery Makarevich to pick that up and fire it down the mills for out number 3. So once again, a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Tiger Sharks. As at the end of 3 complete innings of play, Ripon leads it here 6-1. Back here at Green Lake as Ripon leads here in girls softball 6-1. Want to remind you, or tell you anyway, that the other conference softball games taking place today, Campbellsport is at Waupun and Plymouth is at Kewaskum for their, I believe they're the last games of the regular season for those 4 teams in the East Central Conference. Cassidy Motter steps up to the plate for the Tigers to lead off here in the top of the 4th inning. A big swing and a miss for strike 1 by Cassidy. Cassidy waits for the next pitch, and that's going to come in high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Cassidy. And she waits for the next pitch from Bartle. That's going to be low. Ball 2. 2 balls. 1 strike to Cassidy Motter. I want to say hi to my friend out there, Ella Weisky, who is probably watching us. She usually doesn't miss a game. As Motter will hit this one high, fly, foul, out of territory for strike 2. Little Ella tries to listen to all our games, listen and watch to all of our games, along with her mom, Deb. So Motter steps back up, swing and a miss is going to be strike 3 for Cassidy Motter. The first out of the inning for the Tigers, with Abby Radloff stepping up. Abby with strikeouts in the 1st and 2nd inning. Let's see what she can do here in the 4th as a ball comes in there, strike. Nice pitch by Bartle down the middle. As Abby Radloff watches it go by, trying to get timing down on the ball. And this one, she hits it, but it's going to go foul down the 3rd base line for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Radloff. Ripon leads it here in the top of the fourth inning, 6-1 against the Princeton Green Lake Tiger Sharks. Now takes a ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Abby Radloff. Radloff fouls this one back, holds the count at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Back here at Green Lake, Ripon starting the top of the 5th inning. First batter up for Ripon will be Lexi Miller. Ripon leading here 6-1 at the end of 4 complete innings of play. As Miller takes the first pitch. Oh, now they're starting to get their scoreboard working, but still don't have it working quite right. That's why I'm a little unsure about balls and strikes here to a certain degree, but I believe we got a 2-ball, no strike count to Miller, and that's what I'm being told it is. Lexi Miller, 2 balls, no strikes. And now 3 balls, no strikes. As Bartle pitches it low, below the knees. So 3 balls, no strikes, and the next pitch is a strike. Must have been right at the knees this time. Looked like it was about the same place as the last pitch, but he called it a strike. And he's right there compared to me. I'm not directly behind the catcher. Next one in there, she'll pop that one up foul. The catcher will pull it in behind her for out number 1. Yes, that'll bring up Allie Bumby. Bumby with the base hit in the last inning, the 3rd inning that she was at bat. She's got 1 run to her credit today. And she hits that one out to left field and pulled in by the left fielder. Mom was sitting here holding her breath, hoping that was another home run. But didn't quite make it all the way out to the fence. So Erica Mills comes up. Mills with a base hit and a base on balls today. Base hit was in the 3rd inning. And she'll bunt this one. That's going to be fair. And she'll get it over to first, and they're going to say she's out for out number 3. So in a 1-2-3 inning for the Tigers as Ripon continues to lead it here at the end of 4 1/2 innings of play. It's Ripon 6, Princeton Green Lake 1. Back here at Green Lake, Ripon leads it here as we start the bottom of the fifth inning. I want to send a hello out to one of our fans out there, Jen Dazinski, listening in today. Sorry about missing the call on that half an inning, but somebody forgot to turn their mic on, and I apologize for that. I'll own up to it. First pitch to Riley Harmson is a strike. First batter up in the inning. Now strike two on a big swing by Harmson. Kajabuski puts it in there for a strike. Gets past third base for a base hit by Harmson. Motter dived for it and Radloff couldn't get to it, so that's going to bring up Julia Frank.
You're good.
Frank with a strikeout back in the second inning. As no outs, Riley Harmson at first, and the first pitch is a ball to Frank. 1 ball, no strikes here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Kajabuski winds it up, and that's going to be outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Julia Frank. Next pitch is in there. She's going to hit that one out to Eva Baker in left field, and that's going to be caught for out number 1, but then the throw trying to get it to first base a little bit wild, and our runner Riley Harmson going to advance over to second as the ball goes out of bounds. So nice running catch by Eva Baker to get that first out. Gracie Bartle comes to the plate. And Bartle, excuse me, that's not Bartle. They put another batter in. Avery James. Avery James batting now. She went into the game a little earlier for the Tiger Sharks. So next pitch to James, and she's going to pop that one up, and Lexi Miller will come charging in, and nobody, Bumby stepped out of the way, and it ended up falling. I think she thought that Lexi Miller was going to take that, and they all stopped, and it hit the ground, and that's going to put Julia Frank, or rather Avery James, on base at first, and that's going to put runners at first and second with 1 out, and Jenna Kelma stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch to Kelma, a strike. No balls, 1 strike with 1 out, runners at first and second here in the bottom of the fifth inning for the Tiger Sharks. And a high pitch, but she swings at it and tips it back foul for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Jenna Kelma. Ripon leads here 6-1. And outside, she takes a swing at it for strike 3 and out number 2. And that'll bring up Lila Bartle. So Ripon can get the out at any base here. As a good stop by Avery Makarevich for ball 1. That ball was low. Avery does a good job at catcher for the Tigers. Next pitch is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lila Bartle. Runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Next pitch, a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Lila. Tiger Sharks have 2 outs and have runners at first and second. Next pitch is going to be a ball. They're going to try to throw the runner out at second, but they say she got back in time. Good attempt by Makarevich. to get it down there. So we have a 3-ball, 1-strike count. To Bartle and a ticked foul. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Full count to Bartle. Kajabuski looking for the 3rd out here. And a big swing and a miss, and that's going to be out number 3 as Ripon continues to lead here at the end of 5 innings of play. 6, Tiger Sharks 1. Some of the other things going on in the world of Ripon High School. Started to tell you conference track and field meet tomorrow at Kewaskum, and the girls soccer team for Ripon. Last I heard, they were playing Berlin tomorrow at Ingalls Field in a regional play-in game, and I believe the time on that is 5 o'clock, but I can't confirm that. Wednesday at 9 in the morning, the boys golf team will be playing at sectionals at Washera Country Club in Watoma. And then Thursday at 4:30 in the afternoon, the Ripon boys baseball team will travel to Appleton, where they will play Xavier High School at Don Hawkins Field in Appleton. That's at 4:30, as the boys will start regional play this week, Thursday. Going into the top of the 6th inning for the Tigers, our first batter up for the Tigers will be Eva Baker. Baker with a base hit and a base on balls this afternoon. First pitch to Baker will be a ball. Baker, the first batter up here to start the inning, 6th inning, and a big swing and a miss for Eva. 1 ball, 1 strike to Eva Baker. Baker's had some nice catches out in left field this afternoon, and now a hit. Going to go to shortstop and past the shortstop out in left center field for a base hit. Ground ball base hit for Eva Baker brings up Layla Simonis as Baker gets things started here in the top of the 6th inning for the Tigers. Next pitch, first pitch to Simonis. She'll foul back for strike 1. I would say the majority of the strikes that we're seeing on Ripon today have all come on foul balls for the most part here today. Next pitch, low for, wow. I guess I shouldn't call a pitch so early. Umpire called it a strike. That was, okay. I guess I won't say any more about that. I'll behave myself. So, 2 strikes. Next pitch is a ball. That's going to send Baker over to second on a passed ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Simonis, as the next one is hit down to third base line. They're going to call it fair, and going over to third is Baker. Simonis is going to be called safe at first, and that's going to bring up the top of the lineup. And batting for Emily Kajabuski is going to be Kylie Bussey, and coming in to run for Simonis will be Kylie Disterhalf. So Disterhalf in for Simonis, Bussey in for Kajabuski. And Bussey pops one up. First baseman will take it. 4 out number 1. And the runner gets back. Disterhalf gets back to be safe at first. But Bussey gets the first out of the inning. as a pop-up to first base for out number 1. Brings up Cassidy Motter. Motter has a 1 run across to her credit this afternoon. First pitch is a ball, and that's going to send Disterhalf down to second base, puts 2 runners in scoring position for the Tigers with 1 out. Cassidy Motter at the plate with 1 ball. So Disterhalf at second, Baker at third for the Tigers with 1 out. And Motter fouls that one back for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cassidy Motter. On deck is Abby Radloff. So Cassidy will step back up to the plate with 1 ball, 1 strike. And this one's going to be way high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Cassidy. Runners at second and third with 1 out. And Bartle gets ready to wind it up. And that's going to be low. Nice stop by the catcher to keep it in front of her. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now to Cassidy Motter. As Motter gets the call from Coach Makarevich. And that's going to be in there for ball 3. Gives her a base on balls, loads up the bases. With Abby Radloff coming to the plate. Radloff with the chance to bring in some runs here with 1 out and bases loaded here this afternoon. First one, she tags foul. It's going to go foul behind us for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out and bases loaded here for Abby Radloff. So Bartle gets ready to wind the ball up. That's going to be a ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike to Abby. Abby takes a look at it and trying to get her timing down, get a good hit here. And she'll hit that one, a high fly ball, going to go out to center field. Center fielder charges, and it drops. That's going to bring runners around. Baker will come across to score. Disterhalf will hold up at third. So a base hit by Abby Radloff brings in 1 run. Makes it a 7-1 game here for the Tigers. Center fielder charged in for that, but she couldn't get to it. And Avery Makarevich comes up with bases loaded. 1 out as Makarevich waits for the second pitch, and that's going to be a strike. And I believe that's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Bases loaded, 1 out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Makarevich. That's going to be low for ball 2. So full count, or correction, 2 balls, 1 strike. Bases loaded, bases full, and she fouls that one away down the first base line. And waiting for the ball to get thrown in. So bases remain loaded for Ripon, for Makarevich, with 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Bartle gets ready to make the pitch. That's going to be high and loads up the count at full with 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, 1 run has come across here in the top of the 6th inning with bases loaded. And Makarevich hits one out to right field, and that's going to be dropped by the right fielder. Going to bring in 1 run. Motter turns third base, and that'll bring her across to score the 2nd run. Total runners at first and second for the Tigers. as Makarevich gets on a error by the right fielder. As Disterhalf comes around to score and Motter comes around to score. And Miller with a base hit right up the middle, a ground ball. Abby Radloff will turn third and come across to score for another run for the Tigers.
Way to go, Abby!
As Ripon takes a 10-1 lead here in the top of the sixth inning. One out. Lexi Miller with the base hit. That's going to bring up Allie Bumby. Bumby with a base hit back in the third inning. And runners are going to advance for the Tigers. And safe over at third is Avery Makarevich. And Lexi Miller will advance over to second. So runners at second and third for the Tigers. Bumby at the plate. One out. She hits this one out to right field. Right fielder coming in to grab it for the out. Makarevich will come home. Makes it an 11-1 ball game for the Tigers here in the top of the sixth inning. So Erica Mills will step up with 2 outs and a runner at second. Right fielder held on to that one. First pitch to Mills was a ball. No, a strike. Swinging strike. And another strike swinging. Erica Mills, the bottom of the lineup here in the sixth inning, as Eva Baker started this inning. And this one going to be a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. I have to apologize. I was marking my score sheet, so I didn't see that first pitch, and I thought it was a ball because I didn't hear the umpire make a loud count like they normally do. So, and another swing and a miss by Mills is going to be the third out of the inning. But Ripon gets 5 runs across in the top of the sixth inning to give them an 11-1 lead here over the Tiger Sharks. Sixth inning for the Tiger Sharks. First batter up for the Tiger Sharks will be Emerald Kunkel. Kunkel with a base hit in the fourth inning. Ripon leading here 11-1 as they brought in 5 runs in the top of the sixth inning. Next pitch, and that's going to be a line drive out to center field for a base hit. So 2 base hits today for Kunkel. Straight out to Lexi Miller, but it dropped in front of her for a base hit. She had to charge that ball to get to it. And that'll bring up Kelsey Morgan. Morgan grounded out to shortstop in the second inning and grounded out to the first base in the fourth inning. So Big swing and a miss by Kelsey Morgan. So 1 ball, 1 strike count, and next one is in there, swing and a miss. Or strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Morgan. Next one in there, that's going to be a ball. Good stop again by Makarevich. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kelsey Morgan from Kozibuski. Runner at first, and she's going to hit that one high, fly ball as Lexi Miller gets under it for out number 1. And base runner is going to hold at first. That's Emerald Kunkel. Cassie Toth to step up for the Tiger Sharks. She just tags that one, and pitcher Cassidy or Kozibuski can't pick it up in time, and that's going to give Toth a base hit. I believe it'll be credited a base hit. Maybe I'm wrong. Got to check with my official scorer over here to my right. Put runners at first and second for the Tiger Sharks. That's going to bring up Lexi Toth as Ripon leads it here. 11-1. Ripon taking a timeout to talk things over a little bit, get the Ripon players settled down as we got runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kozibuski doing the pitching so far for Ripon today. She's gone all 6 innings at this point. 5 1/3 so far, as Lexi Toth will step up to the plate. First pitch is in there, and she's going to pop that up. Abby Radloff will call it. Out number 2 on the pop out.
Nice play, Abby!
That's going to hold runners at first and second and bring up Riley Harmson. Harmson with a base hit in the 5th inning for the Tiger Sharks. So Harmson steps up, and the first pitch to Harmson, a strike called. No balls, 1 strike to Riley Harmson. As she'll tick this one away, and it'll go foul for strike 2. So Ripon trying to get out of this inning without having any runs come across for the Tiger Sharks. Need 1 more strike to retire the side on this. And that one going to be called a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now to Riley Harmson. Harmson steps in, and she ticks that one away, foul. So the count will hold at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Clouded over here for probably the majority of the ball game here. Has cooled it off a little bit. And that one in there for strike 3 looking. So Kozibuski doesn't let anything come across to score for the Tiger Sharks. But they do get 2 hits in the bottom of the 6th inning. So at the end of 6 complete innings of play, it's Ripon 11, Tiger Sharks 1. And 10-run rule applying here, so that is the end of the game as Ripon wins it 11-1 here this afternoon. Be sure to join us Thursday as we will be coming to you from Chilton as the Tigers will play the Chilton Tigers. So sit back and enjoy the final regular season game before the Tiger Girls softball team begins regional play at Winneconne next week Monday. First pitch for the Chilton game is scheduled for 4:30 p.m. My mistake. I was corrected on that earlier today. So it's a 4:30 start on Thursday for the Chilton game. Be sure to listen to Tiger Beat on 93.1 and 1600 AM WRPN every Thursday morning at about 8:20 a.m. for updates of what is taking place in Ripon High School sports, brought to you by Accurate Controls in Ripon. Once again, final score today from Green Lake, Ripon 11, Princeton, Green Lake 1. I'm Bruce Link alongside our executive producer, Jason Motter, saying good evening, everybody. Be safe. Thanks for joining us. And as always, stay Tiger proud.